You said you're surprised at how many people came out?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Came out for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, came out to support.
Like came out.
Yeah, like sexually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we're live. I'm Cameron Deshnod.
And I'm spooky.
And welcome back to Whatever You Want. Jason, we got a full show today. Continuing second week. Halloween special, baby.
I fucking hate Halloween.
We got... You don't like Halloween?
Have we not? Have we not talked about this ever?
We have before, but we specifically talked about dressing up and like cosplay.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We have done that.
Yeah, I think that's what we did.
See, so basically, I had a friend say this to me like a little while ago. She was saying, I'll just say she. It's my friend. I don't know how you feel about that, but she was like, oh yeah, October is my second favorite month, and she said that at the beginning of October, and then as like I think it was a few days ago, she was like, I'm kind of over October. I don't really like it anymore, and that's the part about October that I hate. The hype of Halloween just like it just fogs everyone's brains.
It's too far in.
Yeah, it fogs
far in.
everyone's brains to like, I love this. It's such a nice feel. It's fall. It's spooky, and then they get to a certain point where it's like, oh, okay, can this be over already? Where's Christmas?
Yeah, like all right, I got it. Yeah.
So
No, I think when I was younger, I loved it a lot more, and now that I'm older, it doesn't have the same effect. Just because, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, so basically, and just like get into it because I know we actually have a lot of your suggestions, guys. I was really happy with them. We had a whole 10. Two of them are jokes, but not really. But yeah, a lot of good responses. But to get my piece on Halloween, I attended a really rigorous school. I mean, for some, if you weren't like a born genius, yes, I'm calling a couple of you out right there. And you tried to challenge yourself though. You had a lot of work, and so for the past couple of Halloweens, I do distinctly remember like I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And then like you hit the age where like, well, you're not gonna go trick or treating anymore, but you might go to like a party. But it was like Halloween falls on like school days and shit. You know, you don't get like a break from it, so that wasn't quite an option. It was a couple of times, but I just had so much work that I couldn't attend, and so it just Halloween started to lose its luster for me like back then, and now it would be cool. Now that we're in college again, I was like, all right, cool, we can start doing stuff. Like I think you remember last year, dude. We had a great Halloween. We went into the
that
city.
was
And
fantastic.
stuff.
Oh my god, that was like one of the best Halloweens I've ever had.
Yeah. Oh, that was just so much fun.
And then we came back and
the
ate
entire time.
Then we came back and ate with the guys.
Yeah. Oh, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a really, really great time. I liked coming back and be like, wow, I had a really good time, and everyone was crying in your room.
Yeah, everyone was sobbing in my room. Me and Cam come back. It was such a nice Central Park day. We were out and about on the swings and everything.
It was a spooky night too. There was so much fog in the air.
Oh my god, it was beautiful. That was one of my favorite like days ever. It was so nice. I love swinging.
Is it swing or swung?
Swang.
Swang.
And
Swang.
it was beautiful.
Okay,
we went to like some stupid ass shit for Cam's entrepreneur. I don't fucking know.
Oh, well, that's an entire other story where you
oh yeah, we'll
destroyed
get
a building. We'll do that another time.
Yeah, but so yeah, Halloween last year was great. That was I hope to do that again soon. But yeah,
well, it would have been great this year. I think we could have had a lot of fun knowing that
agree.
that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. But anyway, getting off of sad stuff, let's get into spooky stuff. All right, Jason. And I'm gonna hit you with a hard one, okay?
Is this one of the questions from the viewers?
Yeah, these are fan
submitted
requests, and I gotta say, by the way, someone branded themselves as the original 25. I really like that. If you ever want to like take a picture of the fact that you're subscribed at 25, and if we make it big, like show it to us later, we'll do something special with you.
Aw, that's so nice.
You're the original 25 guys. You came out to support, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting right into the questions. I say right in, like we didn't just spend like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We got the shit. Really scary stuff. I'm gonna hit you with a hardball first, Jason.
Okay.
Taxes.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah. Oh, they're terrifying. And let me up that. Income taxes.
Ooh. So there's 3 things in life that are certain, right?
Yeah.
Death, taxes, and boobs.
Boobs.
Poops. And
Jeez.
I mean, I think that I I don't get the point of taxes, man.
Well, the government. I don't. Fine, we'll do this on our Halloween special. We'll do this. I'm calling you out. Ian derailed this whole thing immediately.
Taxes.
Because they are terrifying. I love that. Like we're like what 3 trillion. The world itself is like $30 trillion in debt or some shit. And it's like, who the fuck are we in debt to? Mars? Like,
Yeah, right. Like
we
I don't get
we
it.
made up this fake system. It didn't work out. Like the rules of the game collapsed in on us, and then we refused to change the rules. Like it's really easy. We could change the rules, and no one's doing good, by the way. Like anyone who wouldn't want to change the rules is lying. It would just be a lot of work to do that. So we started playing Monopoly, and then halfway through realized it was a shit game, but we still keep playing.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, it's like Monopoly, but you're not allowed to go bankrupt. You just have to
See,
keep playing.
I'm just saying, if our president doesn't have to pay them, why do we?
A great point. And moving on from that great point into a question that I promised we'd get into, because they actually submitted this last week, and we just didn't have time. I a little bit forgot about it, a little bit we didn't have time. So, childhood movies or TV shows that should have traumatized you but didn't. Like shit looking back that's really creepy, but you didn't notice it because you were a kid.
I don't know if this is necessarily creepy, and this is gonna be one that's like really honestly not a good answer because I don't know how many people remember this one. Do you remember the show Making Fiends?
Oh, dude, if you're about to come at Making Fiends, I'll actually hurt you. I loved that show.
I loved Making Fiends, but I watched it and I was like, I could see if people were to get like a grim, terrifying feeling from it. I loved it.
100%.
I loved it so much. That was like one of my favorite shows ever. It lasted not long at all.
Yeah, it was like a season.
Yeah, but it was so good, I thought. And
Yeah, it was so different from
so
everything
different.
you had.
Yeah, it was
And
so different. It didn't deserve its fate.
No, it was actually a really ingenious show, and it wasn't like that inventive, but like it was just good.
It was good, yeah. But that's a show I guess I could say like,
No, I think it's a
if
great
it
answer.
were to, yeah, because like I don't really know a lot of like, because the only one that I really think of is literally Courage the Cowardly Dog, and that did terrify me.
Oh yeah, that wasn't like should have that quite literally to this day. By the way, I refuse to watch that show.
And I guess for me, I guess I could say Flapjack because I liked it, but that shit was fucking strange.
Oh, no, you know what? I didn't like Flapjack,
Yeah,
but I feel like no matter what, if you liked it or not, looking back on it, it's terrifying.
that is a scary ass cartoon. And then I guess the last one, I was never ever a fan of the design, like the illustration. I loved the show Ed Nettie. I hated how they were how they looked. I hated it.
I was actually scared of the girls.
Yeah, they were fucking
yeah,
man, like the hick
like the
girls.
borderline rape that the heads into.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's what girls are like.
Oh my god, yeah. That's actually so true. They were scary.
Yeah, no, they were scary. And it was a fate. It was a fate worth fretting over. But I gotta say, even more than all of that, there was one thing that didn't traumatize me at all as a little kid. But looking back on it, I've always been like, what the fuck? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh my god, dude. He did
Charlie
not
and the Chocolate
give
Factory.
a shit about the
No, it's I don't know how it made it as big as it did, because if you watch that movie, like if you forget about it and go back, like watch it right now, watch it for Halloween because it is a horror movie, and you go back and you watch it and you're like, oh my god, this wealthy man abducts several children under the guise of them winning a contest, systematically murders them while playing games, right?
Yeah.
And then decides, hey, guess what, kid? You're the next me, and condemns him to this fate.
Yeah, it's insane. It is literally insane.
Yeah, they sing songs as the kids die, and people point this out all the time, but I feel like they don't take it seriously enough. Like, no, guys, that shit's terrifying. Like, if you replaced the nostalgia with it, if that movie came out today, it would be branded as a horror movie. No doubt on my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he does. They do die, right? Like, they straight up die.
Yeah, well, they're like, oh, it's off screen. The original one, it's off screen. The remake, they come back in later, but they're all horribly deformed and injured. So
Okay.
scarred for life and again deformed, or potentially dead. The original implies they're dead constantly.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, like it's a terrible experience, and I just don't understand how people are like, what a great show, what a good movie, I should say. And I was like, no, guys, that one kid drowned in chocolate. The other girl had to get juiced. The one person fell down a trash chute, and he implied that there's fire at the bottom.
Yeah.
She's dead.
They're all.
The one
oh,
kid
God,
got
yeah.
shrunk down and like attacked by monkeys. That shit's terrifying. I can't genuinely. I cannot believe that movie got the A-OK from anyone.
I'm really happy you brought that up. I was always never a big fan of that movie because of that. It's just, and then also Johnny Depp does such a good. We're talking about the Johnny Depp version, right? Because honestly, the original one, it wasn't as scary as the one with Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp is a creepy fucking dude. Like,
Johnny Depp brings the creepiness.
Bro,
up.
his Willy Wonka was fucking creepy, dude.
Yeah. No, both of them, because I don't know if it's in the Johnny Depp version, but the original one has a scene where they're in like a chocolate river, right? And the reason, the theory that Willy Wonka is a murderer stems from the fact that the boat that they go into the chocolate river has the exact number of seats needed if one of the kids died.
Oh.
So it's implied that he knew someone wasn't getting on that boat. And then
Yeah.
when they go into the chocolate tunnel, a bunch of disturbing images flash by, and Willy Wonka shouts shit about like hellfire for a hot second, and then the movie just moves on. And everyone forgets about it because it only happens for like 10 seconds, but I can't stress enough that it does happen.
Yeah. Wow, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, so to go all the way back to our original question, would I sell you to Willy Wonka for a chocolate bar? Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, his chocolate bars are fucking good.
Yeah.
Wonka bars are good.
All right.
That was a good question.
Next question. Now I'm gonna move on, Jason, because we're doing some stuff.
I'm ready.
And we got a lot of them, a lot of good ones. Scariest Halloween villain. This is from your boy Wale, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, Wally. Shout out Wally. Great guy. Great guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had him on the show recently. I was really happy with that.
Can you name one first? Like, I need inspiration.
Yeah, so he actually gave his own opinion.
Okay.
He said the mother from the movie Caroline. I don't know if you ever watched Caroline, but if I didn't till I was older, but that would have fit our earlier question perfectly of like movies that you thought were okay as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wish I watched it though.
I didn't, because I was terrified of it immediately. I didn't need the kid nostalgia to like not be scared. I was immediately scared.
Okay.
Best Halloween villain. I'll tell you the one that scared me the most. I never watched his movies because they're actually a bit funnier if you watch them genuinely. But Freddy Krueger scared the ever living shit out of me when I was a little kid.
Okay, yeah. So you know what's actually funny about that? Because I was gonna bring up Chucky. Chucky's like as in terms of not scariest. Yeah. Chucky's just not scary at all. I feel like because I was gonna say kind of funny. But Freddy Krueger, yeah, I get the funny side of it. I was never exactly scared. I would probably say like I don't really get scared by the whole mask, like the Jason or the Michael Myers, like the Freddy Kruegers. I don't get scared by the masked villains.
He's not. Freddy Krueger isn't masked. That's just his actual face.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a dream demon, and he kills you. Like you fall asleep, and then he like infects your dreams and kills you there. And that's like the whole like if you die in the dream, you die in real life or whatever. That's not where the quote comes from, I don't think, but that's like the essential plot of it. Or maybe that is where the quote comes from. I'm not actually sure about that. But yeah, he terrified me as a kid. I was scared to fall asleep.
Let me tell you though, what's not scary at all? The Scream masks and the Purge mask. If you dress up and if you put those masks on for Halloween, you could honestly kill yourself.
Wow.
I hate.
You have to bleep that one out, Jason.
I know, probably it's okay.
That's a hard one.
I hate when people dress up as those for Halloween.
Really, like the Purge and the Scream.
It's so simple, so basic.
I'll always say
the
funny. Scream had like there was good shit. Like in the Scream, if you ever watch like the movie, the fact that there's two killers, the fact like the calls coming from within the house, yada yada yada. There are good moments. The Purge, I think, is just shit.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not scary. There's no good like. It's just like, what if people were allowed to kill you? I'm like, they are. It's called being rich. Like, what are you talking? It's a thing that happens. They just have to be a little more secretive. If anything, the Purge gives the underdogs a chance to fight back.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, genuinely.
I'd probably say, honestly, the dude from The Shining. I loved that scene.
Oh, The Shining's good. Fun fact: Stephen King did not like it.
Really?
Yeah, that's his book, by the way.
Yeah.
That they made into a movie. He did not like the adaptation of it.
Yeah, I thought Jack Nicholson did such a good job.
Oh no, the whole movie's great. I think it didn't reflect his original vision,
Okay.
but I don't think he thinks it's a bad movie. He just wasn't a fan of how they interpreted his work.
Stephen King is crazy, bro. He is.
Oh yeah, well I mean
he
he writes most of his books on drugs. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does. Stephen King is actually the biggest horror villain. I don't think Pennywise is probably up there for. Not really, because he's not a great villain. I would say he was just like. He was scary in the first one and then really boring in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a tough question, and if we have time at the end, we'll return to it. All right, so here we go. Here was another one of the joke ones. Not really, though, because it is... Some people took this as real-life horror, and I don't appreciate that. How much debt we're all going to be in after college?
Well, okay. So... for quarantine having us in online, not nearly as much as it could have been if we were going back to school. That's my answer.
It's subdued.
Yeah, so that's my answer.
Yeah, and then that's like the only good thing to come out of quarantine. That and the joke of colleges can't pay for their shit anymore because students didn't come back. Well, why don't they just take out a loan?
Yeah, so we're fine with that regard. Like I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's partially why I went to the school that we go to. I almost pulled a U.
Oh yeah, I would have had to leave it out.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Not that like we pretend like it's super hard to look us up, but it's really not.
No, you can
find
probably
where we go to
go
school
on my
really
Instagram and find it completely.
Yeah. I just want people to work a little harder than us telling them in the podcast.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. Here we go. Next one. Your best Halloween costumes through the years, Jason.
Oh well, I had some pretty shitty Halloween costumes. Like I was just always like just in terms of like dressing up, I never really was into anything in particular where I could just like, because I was never really into the holiday as a whole. So I would just kind of dress up as like one year I was an Angry Bird, like when I was really young, because I was like, I love Angry Birds. One year I was I probably did the classic football player. You put the eye block on, you put the jersey on. But I can't honestly remember all the costumes throughout the year because I put in such minimal effort. One year I dressed up as Santa. That was like in high school because I was like, I fucking hate like that. High school was the point where I was like, I hate Halloween. I want it to be Christmas, so I dressed up as Santa.
Wow. Yeah, because you're a big Christmas guy.
I'm a big Christmas guy, and I think that last year was probably my favorite, dressing up as a Visco girl and dressing up as a Velma. So I was
good.
trans for both times. I cross dressed both times. It was really fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's different from trans, Jason. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. But I cross dressed twice, and it was fun.
I'm woke. He's not.
Yeah, you're...
I can't even claim that because Jason has shamelessly cross dressed before, so like he's totally fine with it. Not to say that I wouldn't. I just haven't been given the opportunity. All right.
Look, let's make this segment. How many times could Cameron and Jason get into beef with the LGBT? Moving on.
Yeah. New segment. Cameron and Jason try to be politically correct and just fail horribly.
But what about you? Because my favorite was probably Visco Girl and Velma from last year.
Yeah.
That
I
was
was going to
peak.
even bring that up if you didn't. You did a great Velma.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
They're really good. Yeah, I gotta say, I think I actually put a lot of effort because I was really into Halloween when I was a kid, and even now, like I'm gonna take the opposite stance, Jason. I don't think you got like small balls for not liking Halloween, but they're definitely not big right now. They're just medium because I don't hate Halloween. I want to say my best costume. That's rough. I think I did a really good Star-Lord. I don't know if you know the Marvel movies, Jason.
That's on the Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yes, that's my favorite Marvel movie, and I went to Star-Lord. Yeah, I really liked that one. It wasn't like hard to do. I just bought like his kind of clothing and jacket and stuff, and like a cheap mask of him. And that was fun. And I had Mr. Blue Sky play. That's like a theme that he does throughout the movie. Mr. Blue Sky, and I love that song. So
you do love that song.
That was fun. And I also went as a Grim Reaper one year, and I had a big ass scythe. I had a like thick skeleton mask on. I had the like hoods and everything. Andrew will find this ironic. I had like skeleton hands, right? And the problem was the skeleton hand came off further than my actual hand. Like that was the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like where my fingers were, the skeleton fingers went much further out.
Yeah.
You know, like the extendable nail things. You know what I'm talking about. I could not pick up a single piece of goddamn candy. Like, well, I'm genuinely telling you, it was terrible.
Well, yeah, I would assume so. But I respect the grind.
Thank you, but no, it was so bad that I would sit there for like 5 minutes, like just trying to pick up a piece of candy, and I think it had to have been funny watching the Grim Reaper walk around and be like, "God, fucking come on!"
Yeah, this is the Grim Reaper.
Oh my god, I just want the Hershey bar. Fuck it, and then I had to take off, but I had the giant ass scythe, so I'd have to shove the scythe under my armpit. I'd have to pull off the glove, which wasn't easy because both hands were gloved, so I had to start going. God, come on, just get the glove. Oh my god!
It's like everyone's in a line
fingers.
watching and waiting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And everyone's like behind me, like, oh my god, is he gonna fucking do this longer? Yeah. And you got like a strawberry shortcake behind me, like, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah. Right. Fucking My Little Pony. Like.
Yeah, like all the little kids. And it's so much funny to imagine it's like grown me too. Like I'm 20 years old, like doing this. God damn it.
I want to go trick or treating with you guys. I want to with you and the guys. I want to go trick or treating or just like run around. Honestly,
just as like 20-year-olds like doing our best.
I want to. Also, one thing I want to do too is because this is a Halloween. Because I was like, what was I before last year? The year before. Because it feels like so long ago, 2 years ago. But I was with me and my two other friends. We all dressed up as each other, and that was really fun. And I want to do that again.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, I want to do that again with you guys. That'll be fun. Like,
you run into a problem.
I'll be Ram. You be Eli, and who would they be? Will Fleck, Will Lowry, Jim. Like we could all dress up as each other.
I think you've run into a problem, but we're gonna leave that to everyone else's interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see how it is, but we can work our way around it.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, are haunted attractions even scary, or do we just get in the mood?
Okay, so I'm really, 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 really happy that you just brought that question up, because I went to Field of Terror in New Jersey the other weekend, right? And it was not scary in the slightest. And I don't want to be that guy to just be like oh, I wasn't scared, that wasn't scary, I don't get scared. But like genuinely, it's like I kind of don't get scared as much as other people do, I guess. But like I was there, right, with my friends, and we were just like, everybody else was screaming like in front of us, and we were like, wait, but why? Because then they would walk through, or like the people in front of us would walk through something, they would run out or they would scream or something, and there was nothing in there. So we would walk behind them and be like, what happened? You know, like what did we miss? Are we missing something?
Well, maybe they were running from you, Jason.
I guess I was like, it's like when SpongeBob was ugly.
The ugly
and
barnacle.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was you.
We both just brought that up at the same time. But that was because then it got to the point where we were just asking people to just come out and scare us. Or can someone please, like, because we wanted to make it like it was fun. It was kind of just like a walk. We weren't scared, and the most fun part about it was just when the people come up to us, we would just talk to them. It was fun, but it was not scary. It was more cute and fun than scary.
Oh, well, I mean, do you go to a lot of haunted houses though, or is that like a once in a blue moon kind of thing?
I think that attraction houses, like haunted houses, attractions are not as scary as actual abandoned and haunted houses.
Yeah, well, Jason.
Well,
like, I gotta say the fake thing is not as scary as the real thing. You know what it is though? Yeah, no shit.
It's not even like, you know what it is though, because you have to find the good ones. Because like there are some times where people take me like, let's go to this haunted house, and it's like, guys, this isn't a haunted house. It's just a house that no one's been in. Like it's abandoned. It's not haunted.
Oh, you guys have done that before? That's crazy. What? You're fucking. I would never do that, dude. You'd have to, like, the amount of convincing would take me to get into, like, a haunted house would be at least one Scooby snack, if not two.
Cameron, I don't think you understand that there is nothing else to do in Staten Island. That is what you fail to understand. Literally like, a month ago, we were trying to break into, so Cornelius Vanderbilt, do you know who that is?
No.
So he was the guy.
If you brought it up, maybe.
He was the guy, at one point, the richest man in the entire world. If he was alive today, he would be the richest man because he he all the railroads and everything.
That's where, you know what? This is a story for another time, but he actually took advantage of one of my friend's grandfathers.
Cornelius Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
No way. He would be the richest man in history. He would have $185 billion today. he would
Maybe it would have been like his great grandfather. I'm not sure when he was one of the Cornelius family. Because they did all the railroads and trains and shit,
yeah,
right?
New York Central
Yeah,
Railroad. That's his shit. So
Yeah.
he's huge. I mean, then his grandson is Anderson Cooper. Do you know Anderson Cooper? Is he in it?
Yeah.
So
Course.
yeah, so it's a very extensive family, very wealthy family. He's buried in Staten Island. He was born in Staten Island, and he has his own separate like what is that thing called? Mausoleum or something? I forgot what it's called. But like basically
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum. He has his own mausoleum, and it's gated off and everything, and we always try to break into it. So
We always try. I like that. The only thing you have to do in Staten Island is run the risk of getting arrested. That's it.
So, fun fact. I can't even say it. My friend and my other friend were questioned by the police from it, but I can't even actually say the details, which are really funny. I'll tell you off camera, but I don't want to get
Yeah,
arrested.
you can tell me later.
Yeah.
But continue with the question though, because I actually.
Yeah, you answer it.
And I enjoy your answers. I just know that we can't get off track because we have more questions.
No,
to
yeah,
do,
for sure.
Or I would totally take like the train route and just hop aboard it.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta say, I'm a jumpy person.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit that.
Okay.
I'm a jumpy person. I have really bad reflexes, so I have accidentally. And I wonder if this person asked this question knowing my history with this. So when I was younger, this is the first instance of it. There's like a very small haunted house in a place like close to where I live, like in Philly. And, I'm walking through it. I'm a little kid. I got my bucket of candy. And there's a greenhouse section, right? And I didn't know this. I'm walking along and a hand reached out from the plants and like grabbed me, right? Like somebody was obviously hiding in there.
Yeah.
And little kid me freaked out. And I just took the hand and started punching it because my hands were small enough to like grab around it and like land consecutive hits because it was like some man's hand, when I was a little kid. So like the surface area worked out. So I just started like punching it, and the hand like quickly kind of like jolted away from me. But I freaked out, and then later, when you're not scared anymore, you're like, oh, he was just a dude. He didn't want to get punched. But at the time, I was a little kid. So I didn't feel that bad. Skip forward to like a year ago. I think it might have been a year ago. My good friend Andrew took me on a haunted, and this one was, I think, actually kind of scary. Not really, but like the theme and like the setting of it was like a haunted submarine, right? It was very mechanical, a lot of like radiation shit. People in hazmat suits. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was in Wildwood, and I was a little scared of it, just because I'm somebody on edge, and I'm doing my best. Like I gotta control my reflexes, right? Because I have other Halloween stories in between it, and so I'm walking through. Everything's fine, and thank God Andrew's going first because the first person to pop out kind of came into view of him, and they just kind of like stood and stared like motionless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was fine. I'm not scared of him, and I kept walking, and you go through this part where it's all just like pitch black. Right? Like, you can just kind of vaguely tell where you're supposed to go. And apparently the walls were kind of like mesh, and somebody was wearing a black meshed suit, right, to fully blend in. And Andrew's walking in front, and these two other girls that were put in a group with us are walking behind us. And they asked Andrew and I to slow down. And so I turned around to like talk to them for a hot second, and out of the corner of my eye, this dude emerges and like goes towards Andrew, and it's just, again, pure reflex takes over. So I grab onto Andrew's shoulder and I use him as a leverage to rocket myself forward, and I was 100% ready to rock this guy's shit, just off of like reflex alone.
You're a good friend though.
Oh, I wasn't saving him. I was using him as a leverage so I could get the punch off better.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with Andrew being in trouble. So that was, I think, because you looking back, I'm like, that wasn't scary at all. It's just because I'm a jumpy person, and I can prove all this with my favorite experience, by the way. And because we said your name already, hopefully you don't care, but I'll ask you before this episode goes out, and Jason can bleep it out. So my lovely girlfriend Grace, I love her a lot. We actually met at a haunted house.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's really cute. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, we met at the Eastern State Penitentiary. It's here in Philly. It's it's a prison, an abandoned prison, and that was like where Scarface and stuff was held, and Al Capone and all, and So basically, I'm pretty sure that's where he was held. I always feel weird making those claims because I'm like, man, what if I just made that up? Like,
Yeah,
what
right.
what if I wasn't listening? Because I
completely
don't
wrong.
listen to a lot of people, huh?
It's like completely wrong. Imagine.
Yeah, I could be. I'll get called out for it if anybody fucking watched this show. But anyway, we met at a haunted house, and it's the Eastern State Penitentiary. It's supposed to be like really spooky, and this was at the phase where I was like not okay with being scared because I was like with a bunch of my like new friends and stuff, and I didn't want to like be that guy. You know what I mean? So like I summoned all my willpower, and something kind of set the stage. We're walking through the gates of like the prison and stuff, and like we'd gone through the rigmarole of like getting admitted into it. So this is like the actual start of it. And a dude snuck into our group, like this kind of clown-faced killer-esque dude, right?
Yeah.
And he came up behind me, and he like put his hand on my shoulder, and I could have sworn it was one of my friends because they were just behind me. So I turned around, I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I was just like, staring him in the face, and it caught him so off guard that he didn't do his like shtick, like he didn't yell at me or like try to freak me out. He just kind of like flinched a little bit,
Yeah.
because I was so relaxed, and I felt really bad because everyone
up,
in the
man?
group saw it, and they're just staring at him now,
I mean, yeah. What else? You just ruined.
and he
his whole-
didn't know what to do.
Hey, what's up, man? He should
Yeah,
have
I was
rocked
like, "Hey, what's
you.
up, man?"
Nah, that's
Um,
actually such a good reaction.
Yeah, and well, I felt bad later. I was like, "Oh fuck," but that set like the tone, so I wasn't that scared. And then they did some more generic shit, where I was a little scared going forward, and especially I can't see in strobe lights. I don't know what it is about my eyes. So my two friends at the time, they were dating. They're not anymore, but they were like deeply in love, and I just third wheeled their shit because the girl, right? But
Wait, what happened with the girl?
both of them were
Wait,
both of them are good friends with me, but I think the girl just like,
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Jason?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I actually got a call and it came through my computer.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
we'll edit that out. So anyway, yeah, we'll edit out starting now. So anyway, the girl I think cared about me just like a bit more as like friends. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
the guy was just trying to get some.
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure.
So she was making sure that I like stuck with the group during the strobe light things because I told them all that I can't see in strobe lights. So I'm like holding onto the back of her shirt while she's like holding hands with her boyfriend, and I could tell that he's getting really pissed off because I'm just kind of like third wheeling their
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, yeah.
But I couldn't even see. And then finally, this is how Grace and I. Well, we met at the gates, I guess technically.
Ooh.
But then later, someone revved a chainsaw at some point, and I was not. By this point, I was fully like not scared at all. You know what I mean? Like I was over it. Someone revved a chainsaw, and Grace and my friend Aiden came sprinting out like behind me, and they pushed me to the ground because they were trying to get out of the way of the chainsaw. And I got up. I was like, God damn! And then the chainsaw guy was like right behind me, and I just did that. I was like, Hey, what's up, man?
The same thing?
Yeah, I was like, Hey, what's up? It turned out the guy was actually from Atlanta, which is where I was
Oh,
born. If
yeah.
nobody knows, yeah, we had a whole conversation.
Look at that.
Yeah, because he asked me if I was okay because I got like shoved to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is so to answer the question fully, we just put ourselves in the mood, but I'm a bad example because I'm a very jumpy person.
Perfect.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say, or do you want me to move on?
No, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. All right, next one. Favorite horror movies. I think this can be an easy one. Do you want to shoot and like go?
Favorite horror movie? Fuck, I don't even know. I don't really know horror movies that well. I don't watch a lot of. You go first.
I watch a lot of movies in general.
Not a big movie person, you know.
Not a lot of horror movies. If I had to say my favorite horror movie though, the first It was really, really good.
Okay.
People disagree with me on that a lot, but I really liked the first It.
Okay. I'll go with Let me look on. I would have loved to jump this out, like just like go shoot for it, but I'll say oh fuck. Okay. Give me one.
Yeah, you're really, what?
Can you give me one? And then I'll say if I agree
I'll
with it or not.
give you one. Let's see. Another movie that I really liked. So if we're going all facets of horror, it doesn't scare me, but I really like the Aliens franchise. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Those are really good movies. And like the Predator and stuff. The Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Dude, wait, does Get Out count as a horror movie?
Yeah, you can count Get Out.
Or Us or something? A Jordan Peele movie?
Yeah. Jordan Peele does a lot of horror. So
Cool.
yes.
We'll go with him because I honestly don't really watch movies in general.
I love that it was like, what's your favorite horror movie? And you're like, does Jordan Peele count? And I was like, yeah, his movies count. And you're like, cool, I'll go with him. Just him.
As a person, I'll go with Jordan Peele. Cool.
He's terrifying.
I love that guy. All right. Cool. Did it. Boom.
Yeah. All right. And next up, there's only 2 left.
Nice.
We have Halloween memories.
Best Halloween memories are probably just my best one ever. Like there are like little like get-togethers with friends and everything, but I think my favorite Halloween memory is probably there was a time where it was me and my middle school buddies, and we were just trick-or-treating. I honestly don't remember it so clearly, but we were just walking around, and then these girls just came up, and I think just put silly string or sprayed my friend with something.
And they just had sex with us right there.
And they just started,
I later learned they were called prostitutes.
I later learned that when they asked me for my bank account number. But yeah, then the girls came up and they like sprayed us with silly string or something. I don't know. And then we ran, but it was just like such a I look back on that and it was just such like a nice nostalgic middle school like kid memory where it was like honestly I wish I could remember the story fully, like to have it like an actual story, but I don't. I just kind of remember the details of
the memory.
It was like such like a living in the moment type of feel. Like it was just such like I just remember we were trick-or-treating, these girls came up and like attacked us with silly string or something, we ran away, then we kept walking and had such like a fun time where it was just like you weren't thinking in the moment, you were just enjoying it. So that's my favorite memory.
Yeah, and I think that's fine, man. Like you can have that feeling. It's almost like the guttural, like, man, I don't even remember why I was so happy. I was just happy.
Yeah,
in this moment.
Yeah, it was a great moment. What's yours, buddy?
Yeah, so obviously, like, I don't know how to answer this because it should be like, oh, I got to meet Grace, but I'm not gonna count that as like a Halloween moment. That just happened to happen on Halloween.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta be honest with you. I think my favorite actual Halloween moment was probably last year, dude.
That is
not
so
to like
true.
Oversell the moment.
No, for sure.
It was such a like recapturing your childhood joy because we just swang on the swings, and it was just like a perfect night out. There was like a lot of comedy and just fun involved. I got to see what Halloween was like in New York, which was super new to me. And it was I think it was because I doubted you the whole time, and I was kind of like, man, it's Halloween. Not that I wanted to do anything special, but I didn't think I was going to spend it in a park, And we got there, I was like, all right, there's a creepy atmosphere to it. It's cool. And then we got to just, like, chill out and just looking at the skyscrapers go off into the mist and stuff. And just having our good friend. It was me, you, and Ryan.
Ooh, I got chills from that recap. I got goosebumps just now thinking about that. That was so fun. That was so fun.
It was pure fun. We had no responsibility. Well, I think I had, like, an MOP the next day.
Yeah, but like it was just like nothing mattered in the moment. It was just so like it like I can't even describe it. Like no one else will get it besides us 3 there. But it was just like so chill. It was just such like
it was
nice,
euphoric, really.
It was so nice. Then we got back and it was a whole mess. But then us and the guys, we went out to eat afterwards, and then we had like a little fun. But specific like that was the cherry on top of it. I feel, but like that specific Central Park day was just so that was undefeated. That was such a nice time, and even just the walk to it, the walk back, like just.
Yeah. Although that was when we had that's when we formed that one joke that. I don't think we could say it here.
Yeah. The Quagmire joke.
And I don't know, it was something just like we were really on our banter that night too.
No, yeah.
Like we had some really good back and you took me to the hockey store.
Yeah, but it was closed, like the actual bubble hockey thing, and I was pissed.
But it didn't matter. Like we still had fun.
It was fun.
You know what
I
mean?
Mm-hmm. It was so fun. That was such a good time.
We went to the Christmas shops. You got harassed by like a dude on the street.
Yeah.
It was just a good time.
I love just being in the city with no responsibility, so we could just go on maps and just like look up. Let's go to a place, a 17-minute walk. That's fine. Let's just go to it. It was just so nice. Like we could do whatever we wanted at the time. It was so free. It felt so free. That's how I felt.
That's what it was. Yeah, and it was just like, oh man, it's Halloween. You know what I mean? Everyone was out. You got to see all the costumes. COVID wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was so
Jason,
cool.
what time are we at?
We're at 41 minutes, but we have time for this last question.
All right, we're gonna get to the last one. What used to scare you as a kid, but sounds ridiculous now?
Death.
Oh God, Jason. Oh God.
No,
Are
not
you
gonna lie to
like
you. Well, I mean, like, honestly, I used to, like, be really scared of death as a kid to the point where it was, like, I would sometimes freak myself out to the point where, that's when I kind of found out that people largely die in their sleep. So I was kind of just like, oh my God, if I go to sleep, am I going to not wake up? And it was kind of just like, death is just such, like, a scary concept. Like, what happens after we die? You know, just what is everything? Like, what happens? And I think at this point, it's kind of like, you can't think about that stuff. You got to just, like, enjoy life and whatever happens kind of mentality. It's just the way life goes, you know? So that doesn't, like, it doesn't freak me out. Obviously, death is scary. I don't want to put myself in harm's way. But at this point, you know, it's just, I'm just going to do me and enjoy my life.
Yeah. And I, honestly, if I'm going to give you a very generic one, it was surgery. I was always scared to be put under as a kid. And now that I've had surgery before, I really don't care about it. We actually missed another one. I'm really sorry. I almost skipped over it by accident. Have you ever had a supernatural encounter?
People ask me about that stuff where it's like, oh, did you ever have like a experience with ghosts or spirits? And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know when it happens to me. I don't like believe in that stuff. Like, when you don't believe in something, you don't notice when it happens. So it's like, it could have happened to me, honestly, but I don't think I've ever taken the time to be like, oh my God, that was like
to notice it.
Yeah, like that was like a out of body, like spiritual, like, you know, like it was because of something else, like, you know, horrific. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like I haven't paid much attention to it for me to actually realize if it happened or not, because I don't believe in it. So
yeah, I don't count this as supernatural, but recently, so I'm religious, but I'm not. Like, I don't know what you would call it.
Radical, I feel.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, of course not radical, but I don't. When it comes to, like, you know, am I a Catholic? Yes, but I'm not like a super big practicing one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do take the time to pray. And I was praying, and I was just like, because I like to think God is like a fun loving guy. And there was a point where I was like, hey man, are you listening to me up there? And my phone, like, Siri immediately goes, I can't hear you, like, out of nowhere. Like, I did not touch it.
Oh my God! And you didn't even.
And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, what? God?
Yeah, because you also didn't even say Siri. You just said.
Yeah. Oh, I just said. And I wasn't even talking out loud, by the way. This was all in my head.
Oh wow.
Not the Siri part.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
Just the. So I must have made like a noise or something enough, or I must have, when putting my phone down, like, activated it somehow. But still, like, the timing was uncanny.
Yeah, so, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Guys, happy Halloween. We love you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. This is our first kind of like, you know, holiday, I guess.
Yeah, that was a very fun time. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Or don't, because fuck that holiday.
Unless you love it. See, we play all sides, Jason.
All sides.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.